The first card you have is your current position. These are going to be a little wobbly because they don't get used a ton because they're for special occasion type cards. And now they're all wobbling everywhere. We won't worry too much about that. The first card you have, your current position coming into the month, is the King of Needles or King of Swords. So the King of Swords is somebody who's very much like, this is my domain. I know what I want to do. It's just whether, it's almost as if you're tiptoeing around certain situations. Like you're afraid to say no, or you're afraid to hurt this person, or you're afraid to, that you're not satisfying this person. And in reality, what you need to worry about is satisfying yourself and satisfying, your life and your family and your needs and your wants and what makes you happy. The King of Swords is somebody who, takes charge and continues to grow. You're strong, you're smart, you're capable, but you've got people pulling and pushing and telling you what to do, because the King of Swords is somebody who they don't need advice from anybody. And so very strongly, they're telling me that maybe friends are saying, oh, well, you should get back together with him or her, or family saying, oh, why would you even think about talking to that person again? So the King is kind of taking charge. I think because there has been this disillusion with the moon of not knowing which direction. Your goal this month is to make a decision to either go backwards, forwards, not move in any direction, whatever it is, you'll make the decision. This is you kind of, coming into your own, so to speak, or deciding I'm not going to, let anybody push or pull me in any direction. I'll make up my mind when, the time is right. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And you have the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is happiness. It's resting. It's a first completion. This says, look, at the end of the day, you just want joy, peace, family, a resting place. The first completion could be, not tolerating some sort of toxic past behavior. The first completion could also be communicating with somebody from the past that you haven't in a long time. And maybe they've been, fishing around, seeing what you're up to, Gemini, how you doing? But at the end of the day, the Four of Wands talks about you being in a place of happiness, a place of peace, a place of, this is kind of my safety zone. And then I'm not going to let anybody else in who doesn't really, belong here, or who doesn't make me feel good, or who, tears at my insecurities, or, crushes my stability. Because whoever you've dealt with before, it feels like they've kind of come in and overtaken, or they're a very overwhelming energy. And that's why you're almost like taking your domain back, saying, whoa. I'm going to make some decisions here based on what's going to be best for me. I may not know exactly which direction I'm going, but by golly, sooner than later, I'm going to know, and you're going to do it based on what you want and not what everybody else. Because some of you have some nagging energies around you that are like, well, he was always really good for you, or she was the one we always liked the most. And you're just kind of like, please stop. So the next card you have is your distant past. Over the past 5-10 years, this could be throughout your childhood. And you have the Star card, Aquarius's card. You could be dealing with an Aquarius or have Aquarius placements in your chart. The Star card is inspiration. It's hope. It's belief. It's, never giving up and finding some sort of inspiration. So this being in your distant past talks about you really, inspiring yourself. As I said, some of you have some energies around you that are pushing, pulling, telling you this, that, and the other. And even in your own mind and heart, there could be contradiction where, your heart says one thing, your head says another thing. The Star card is saying, just inspire yourself. What do you feel? What do you want? And you may be like, dark to fuck. It's, hello, if it were that easy, then, I wouldn't be watching tarot cards, or I wouldn't be the same that we all do. We get twisted up in our emotions and our feels and then our thoughts and practicalities. And this is the right decision. No, this is the right decision. But the Star card is saying, have faith and have hope. Watch for signs. They're telling you very clearly, Gemini, that there's a reason you need to be watching for signs this month. You need to be paying attention that something's going to pop or spark. And you're just going to know. You're going to smell something. It's really weird. I just smelled somebody's cologne, very strongly. I smelled a male's cologne. It wasn't a female's perfume, but again, it could be that you're going to, I don't know. That was really strange. It's almost like ask for a sign and you shall receive. Something just happened here in my house where I received some sort of sign saying, truly, pay attention, Gemini, because you are taking back your domain and you're going to very quickly come to your peace of mind on what direction you're going, with who, when. You're making the rules, nobody else. The next card you have is Temperance. This is your immediate past, over the past 2 weeks, past month or two, taking your time, which I think is very good. Now, Temperance is Sagittarius's card, so you could be dealing with a Sag or have Sag placements in your chart, and Temperance represents patience, balance, moderation. If you are talking with somebody from the past and you're just not quite sure, that Moon card's still bothering you. It's that confusion. Should I walk up towards, this dark shadow, or should I not? The Temperance card talks about there's no harm in communicating, but do it at your own pace. Why are they so adamant on telling me, Gemini, that you have to take back your power? A lot of you have just, I don't want to say been walked all over, because that's not necessarily it, but the Temperance card talks about, this person will not have the ability to come in and run things anymore. This person does not get to say, this is what we're going to do and this is how things are going to be. No, it's Gemini's turn to kind of take the wheel and say, you know what, you're going to have to be patient with me, because I'm going to take this in moderation, take baby steps. And if I'm worth the wait, then I am. And if I'm not worth the wait, then, move on, because you're trying to decide if you're going to move on or not. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, and you have the Queen of Candles or the Queen of Wands. This is exactly what I'm talking about, taking your power back. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's very strong, very capable, somebody who's very confident, very full of ferocity. People are very attracted to this person. So the Queen of Wands is somebody who is like, this person is coming back full throttle. And it's interesting, Gemini, it's almost as if this person is threatened by you actually feeling good and taking your domain back. They're feeling threatened by you standing up for yourself, by you having this Queen of Wands energy. And the more that they push and pull and tug and the stronger you grow and the less you need them. Not that you needed them. Okay, I'm not saying you needed them, but let's face it, to a certain extent, in all relationships, people feel a need for somebody else. And a lot of relationships that end, there's that codependency aspect of, but I need you instead of want. It should be, I want you, not that I need you. And I'm not saying you need them or they need you, but it feels that way. And it seems the more you grow and the more you strengthen, the more their need to dominate, male or female. I'm not talking about either sex. I'm talking about both. The more they feel the need to, again, dominate, or they feel the need to bring you. It's almost as if this person was a little bit of narcissistic, because they had this, Gemini, I need to keep you here so I can stay up here. It's kind of like a lot of people do. You see your friend, who is doing really good and losing a lot of weight and whatever. And you see that their girlfriend or their boyfriend is like putting them down, or, well, you just one chip or just one. It's like not having a supportive team. And that's what you've been missing out on for a long time. So you've realized, Gemini, I can support myself and be my own supportive team, because I need somebody to have my back. And at the end of the day, having your own back is extremely important. Now, the next card you have is throughout the next few weeks, throughout December, and you have the Page of Potions. This is the Page of Cups, which is seeing things with love, seeing things lovingly, seeing things a little more romantic. I don't feel like this is the past energy that you're getting romantic with. I feel like this could be a new energy. This could be online dating. This could be like FaceTiming with somebody. This could be somebody that you're starting to talk to, or somebody that you're starting to meet. All the while, it's infuriating to the past, because they are having a very hard time with you not jumping straight. Gemini isn't jumping into my arms, or Gemini isn't bowing down. I can't explain it. Whoever you dealt with, for some of you, this will resonate a lot. For some of you, it'll be a little bit, but for some of you, you dealt with somebody who truly just man, they expected to run the show, and you're feeling kind of like, you know what? I'm feeling a little romantic. I'm feeling a little frisky. I'm feeling a little hey, but I don't really think it's towards this past person who's still sniffing around, still trying to fish out, see what you're up to. Now, the next card you have is anything tangible throughout the month. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles has been showing up quite a bit, although Justice card has been showing up more. The Knight of Pentacles is cautious, hardworking. Now, this is talking about taking risks, but taking calculated risks. And this is saying, be careful. And you're going to know immediately with this person coming back, the way they treat you right off the bat is exactly how they've already shown you who they are. You're hoping that they'll show you something different, but in reality, and I think in a lot of your guts or instincts, you know that this person is going to be right back on track to showing you exactly who they are, which is somebody to heed caution around. But there's somebody else in the mix here, Gemini, who possibly is making you feel like a little more freeing, a little more like you can be yourself 100%. And they're not trying to change you, or their expectations are not that you change for them. They like you for exactly who you are. The next card you have is how you're feeling. Yeah. And you have the Seven of Potions, Seven of Cups. This is temptations. It's options. It's choices. It's having fun. It's, irresistible notions. And like there's literally the Seven of Cups is just, I want a little piece of cake here, and I'll take a little fruit here, and you get my point. And so you're feeling kind of like, well, I deserve this. This person who's coming back, either they were looking at the grass is greener, they wanted their cake and eat it too. It's always this, you're lower on the totem pole than they are, or you're lower on the totem pole than they're like you should be lucky to be in their presence, and you're going bullshit. Not going to happen anymore. That's not how we roll. The Seven of Cups talks about, again, having some sort of option or temptation or choices. You're not going to jump at the chance to be with this past person just because they showed back up. It takes more than that for you to, make a move at this point. The next card you have, your hopes and fears for the outcome. You have the Six of Pentacles, or Six of Presents, and the Six of Pentacles is a generous energy. So you may say, okay, great, we can communicate, but this is a charitable energy. And so this is you almost putting them in their place to a certain extent, because the Six of Pentacles is saying, well, I feel bad, and they say they really miss me and they really care about me. And mom and dad are saying, but he or she's the one who got away, or my friends are saying this, or whatever the case may be. So the Six of Pentacles is distinctively saying, don't do this, Gemini, if it's an act of charity. And this person would scoff at you. Charity. I wouldn't, no, you're lucky to have me in your presence. Whoever this person is, they're bugging me, because they have this mindset of, I say jump and you say how high, and you're going, go eat some sand. All right. So anyways, as I said, no charity for somebody who doesn't treat you the way that you deserve, because here this is the Emperor. You're looking for the Emperor. You want an Emperor. You deserve an Emperor. And I do believe an Emperor is coming in for you. The Emperor is Aries cards. You could be dealing with an Aries. You could meet an Aries, or you could have Aries placements in your chart. But the Emperor is an energy that is extremely, extremely strong. The Emperor is energy that is very, traditional, and somebody who says it like it is. And it's a no BS energy. And they're going to... I want to say like a knight in shining armor type energy, but it's not a knight in shining armor. It's more of somebody who knows how to treat somebody correctly, somebody who knows how to morally treat somebody who knows how to embrace and uplift instead of put down and push down and hold down and manipulate. Okay. So this Emperor is somebody who's coming in. The issue is you have the Six of Pentacles coming out again. This past person is going to be digging at your heels going, but Gemini, but Gemini, I think they're going to play a very good game of, I feel bad, feel bad for me. I'm sad. I miss you so much. I love you so much. But they're really feeding off the energy of the fact that they're annoyed that you're not jumping at the chance to be with them, that you're not running back to them immediately. Now, I'm not saying that you won't, and you might, and you may, and it may be successful, or, you may get burned, but at least you're prepared for it this time. And don't shame yourself if you do, because we can't help who we love. And, some people play a good bargain because, like I said, the Six of Pentacles is that charity energy. And this person may play on your heartstrings to a point where you're like, okay. Don't ever shame yourself for that. Just prepare yourself that if it's a duck, it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. And maybe this time you'll end it sooner than letting it go on as long as it did before. Now you have the Hermit card here, which is going inside spiritually, physically, mentally, and really thinking things through. The Hermit is Virgo's card, so you could be dealing with a Virgo or Virgo placements in your chart. But as I said, the Hermit is you don't need to answer to anybody. This is another you don't need to rush type card. This is give yourself some space, let your mind go, allow yourself some time to make decisions. So if you really do have a lot of people pulling at you in different aspects. And this is saying, take your time, Gemini, do what you want to do. Again, give yourself space from anybody who is getting in your space and pulling you down, dragging you down, hurting your energies, and allow yourself some time to think. Because here you have Temperance as well. And Temperance talks about, which is Sagittarius. You have a lot of people showing up here. Sagittarius card. So you could have Sag placements in your chart or be dealing with a Sag. But the Temperance card talks about patience, balance, moderation. So if you want to talk to the past, great, talk to them, but do it in moderation. You don't have to answer this person immediately. It feels as though this person's coming in and giving you an ultimatum. And I say, take all the time in the world you need, Gemini, to make a rational decision. You don't owe anybody any answer right now. You don't. And if you're worth waiting for, this person will wait. There doesn't need to be an ultimatum. There doesn't need to be, this person is very demanding, and they feel like somebody who's been very demanding of your life, your time, your energy for a long, long time. Even demanding of your time. If you have kids, they're it's almost like they're a giant child to a certain extent, because, well, you spend all your time with your kids and I can't, and the opposite would be somebody who's like, take all the time you need with your kids. I'll be here when you get back. Okay. And the Temperance card is saying that's the energy you need the supportive energy, not the draining energy. And then you end with the Six of Wands saying you're going to have success. You're going to find success, achievement, pride. I don't necessarily know that it'll be with this person. I do think that you may end up having kind of a Six of Pentacles moment where you feel kind of sad or feel like, well, I should at least have a conversation with them. And you may even go out a couple times, or at least meet up a couple times, or FaceTime a couple times. But I don't know, Gemini, that this person is truly going to change. So, it's like they're coming back with a vengeance, but is it really truly healthy? Because there's potentially somebody out there who's already making you feel good, or what it's like to feel good in a relationship or meeting people. And therefore you have these two cards kind of pushing you towards, something new, or something that, look, you have your Oracle card coming out as Rose Quartz, love and compassion. That's what you're looking for. That's what you want. So if this past person can't give that to you, and they don't love you or it's not that they don't love you, it's that they don't treat you with compassion, or maybe what their idea of love is completely convoluted. So just be careful, Gemini, because you absolutely deserve the love and compassion. And there's something about this past person that it just, right now anyways, their energy is coming across as very much